What's up, Power Ranger fans? Renegade fans, gaming fans, all the fans, Daddy Louie fans. Maybe you just are here because you really like Daddy Louie, and that is why you are joining us here today. Well, for whatever reason you are here, I am here to entertain you. Maybe not to the level of entertainment in which you'd like to be entertained, but whatever. Anyway, I'm Daddy Louie. This is Renegade Game Studios bi-weekly, I guess. Morphinominal Monday painting stream where we paint Power Ranger miniatures for the most part. And today we have a model that is being painted by request. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess, I asked you guys what you wanted to see. And a few people said that they wanted to see me paint Kiya. So Kiya is the Omega Blue Ranger from the comics. And so that's what we are painting today. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to paint this model exactly like you see in the comics, and I'll explain. I'm actually going to go off the rails a little bit, which is weird for me, I know. So that's my upside down cam going down to the table. I got a brand new desk, so that's, look at that, you can see stuff. And I got a new, look, I even went and got a new mat so that you guys could see. I feel like the lighting and the everything is just better. So let me know in the comments if just the quality of what you're seeing on the screen looks better to you than in the past. So here is the model. You will immediately notice that the trident weapon is not super straight. I literally repositioned this thing like 3-4 times with the boiling hot water, cold water method, and it just did not want to stay. And then I primed it, and we've had some crazy weather here. Last night it snowed, and then woke up this morning, and it was 45 degrees outside and pouring down rain. So I did the best that I could to shape it. It's still got this little bend down here. The top part's pretty straight if you just look at this piece here, but this here looks a little wonky. So anyway, this is the model that we are painting today on our new mat here that we've got. Okay, so let's grab some supplies and get started here. So we got our oh, I should have cleaned this. This is rough. All right, well, I have a little teeny tiny corner right here that we're going to be using, I guess. Let's see if I can clean. Yeah, old tray for sure. I should definitely have cleaned this. I didn't realize from the last time that I had used most of it. Alright, well, it is what it is. Can't go back now. Don't have time to clean it now. Alright, so let's put my drinking water over here, because I don't want to confuse that with my painting water. Alright, move this over here. Alright, so Kiya, Omega Blue Ranger, it's definitely a different color blue than we traditionally see for Blue Rangers. I went back and forth with a few colors. What we're going to try is this Scale 75 paint, this Caribbean Blue. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's a little greener than... Let me just look at one more time at my other paints here. I got a lot of paint colors. We also have this skink blue. But this doesn't have like enough green. She's definitely a green blue, you know, which is why I'm leaning towards this Caribbean blue. Yeah, screw it. That's what we're gonna go with. Um, I'm not a ginormous fan of Scale 75 paints. I know that that's not a popular opinion, but tis my opinion. So when I said at the beginning of the stream that I'm not going to do exact colors, so her cloak that she has, from the photos that I found, are the same colors as her uniform. They're that bluish color. I don't really like that. I'm picturing her, like, I look at the model, right? So I haven't, I'm not super familiar with the character, although I am more familiar with her than other characters. But I look at the model, right? And the way the cape looks to me is more like a deserter's cape, or somebody, you know, you got these rips in it and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of like a tan, or yeah, I'm thinking like a tan color. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? I don't know if I like the blue. I'm looking at some photos. I just feel like the blue makes the rest of the model, or will make the rest of the model, I think we're going to lose some of what makes the color cool. Let's see, I'm looking at some photos here. Yep. Helmet looks super cool. I don't know. But then again, it also has those pink stripes, and there's really no place. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how this paint goes, and we'll go from there. Got some folks in the chat sounding off. Greenish blue, German gray cloak. No, because... And the only reason that I say no, normally I'd be all about the German gray. You know that. Is because I'm going to use German gray for the grayish parts of the model. So, Logic 911, what's up? The cloak should be a darker color. All right, so let's get this on the palette there. All my stuff is in weird spots. Put a little bit of thinner on there. And let's see what happens. Okay, so we got... And then I think our blue boots are blue too, right? Let's see. Yep, blue boots. The shoulder pads. But her shoulder pads you can't see really because of the cloak. So you'd have patches of it showing. I don't want to make extra work. Oh, yes, you do want to make extra work. What are you talking about? For you, but if the cape is that blue color, but very worn and dirty. Oh, maybe. Maybe I can do that. Let's see. I think it's about time that I ordered some new brushes. So with scale 75 paints, you just got to remember to, you're going to need more than one coat most likely. And it dries a lot more of a mattish color than what you're probably used to. I'll just keep that in mind. So it sounds like folks really want to see this blue color on the cloak, so we'll do that. To look at her staff. Is it blue like everything else? I think it is. Yeah, it's mostly blue. Look at my brush. It's jacked up. Yeah, it's Caribbean blue. Not having a lot of luck with this brush today. Yeah, it's a nice color. And the way I'm looking at it on my screen, I don't know how it looks for you guys on yours, but in person, it is a little more green than how it looks on the monitor. So switch brushes. What other brushes I got available? This one is just sucking for me today. It's because I grabbed the wrong one, folks. Silly me. This is the one I wanted. Haha. Alright. For the record, I want the record to show that I hardly ever, if ever, go off of my own imagination when it comes to color palettes of anything. I usually always paint stuff as I see it from the source material. And today I was going to do that, and y'all convinced me not to. So don't say I never try. So a good way to make this look dirty and worn is just by weathering it and using a combination of some dark washes. some dirty washes. So that's what we're going to probably end up doing to give it that weathered look. If you've been following me on the channel for a while, you know that I'm not a fan of Scale 75. I ended up spending a lot of money to get this entire set of Scale 75 paints, and I hardly ever use any of them. So it feels good when I find a color that is useful for something. I thought about selling the set because it was expensive, and most hobby stores in the U.S. don't have them. You got to get them from the U.K. Of course, if you are in the U.K., I think you can get Scale 75 pretty easily. But I paid like a ton for the set plus shipping, and then hardly ever use the colors. So I'm feeling pretty good about it at the moment, especially because I'm getting to use a color that I've never even used. I've never even opened before. I opened it right before the stream. You could almost get by coloring the whole thing, yeah. I'm not being super careful at all. If I get stuff somewhere that it's not supposed to be, I'm not so worried about it. Because most of it is this blue color, which is also why I decided to start with this color. What if you add a bit of different color around the holes? I may. So on her cape, she's got these. In the comics, she has these like pinkish stripes. The problem is the model does not outline those stripes. So that means that if I want to add them, I'm gonna have to freehand them. But that pinkish color or purple or whatever it is, that might look good around the holes, like you were mentioning. But yes, freehanding the stripes will not be fun. I'm gonna have to look for good pictures of her cape if I'm gonna do that. I have a couple, but I don't know that they're the best. Definitely going to take this palette upstairs and my brushes tonight after the stream and get them cleaned. And I should have checked earlier when I primed the model and stuff, but I didn't. I just assumed. apologize. You're not going to be able to really see as I paint up in the back of the cloak area here. Try and do it quickly, so. Might actually have to take this thing off of the... It's tough to get in there. Holy moly. There's like one spot that's underneath, like on his back. I can't even get my brush in there. It's weird. I guess the good news is that you can't see it, so if it's hard to even tell if I got the paint there or not. So, yeah, so I'm gonna definitely need to do more paint here on the helmet. So I did get confirmation from Renegade that the next batch of models for the upcoming release is on its way to me. So we will definitely be bringing those models to the stream, which is sweet. I don't know when, but they are coming. I know that a few people had asked if I would be getting those or not. The answer is yes. Dang, I'm feeling this jam. I don't know who talks like that. It's whatever that the next release is. The what is it? The gosh, why can't I not think? Yeah, the Time Force stuff. Thank you. It's the Time Force stuff. Unless they surprise me with something else, which is possible. It's happened before. But I don't have any confirmation, nor have I been told. So, not that I don't want to talk about it or can't talk about it. There's just not much to talk about yet. I also know that, I don't know if it's been announced yet. You guys will probably definitely let me know if it is. But I know that they're in the works of scheduling the next Renegade Con as well for some time in the spring. So I've been told tentative dates, but I don't know if those have been announced. So I definitely cannot talk about that if it's not been announced. So. You should totally do a live unboxing. Oh, if I get them before everybody else, I can definitely do that. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that like they're going to send the models to me before everybody else gets them. But if I do, then I would gladly do a unboxing if that's something that people are interested in. That was one of the things, like with the last batch that they sent me, that I wanted to do was unbox them and show them off, but they were all models that no one had seen yet, so. Alright. Oh, I gotta do the boots. Hoping you have time to do more like Dark Honda. I could do Dark Honda next if that's what people want to see. I am impartial. I don't mind. I'm guessing if they have them sent already, you'll get them before us. We aren't due to get them until April. Yeah, that's true. What am I doing? I am staring at the mod. Oh, the boots. It must be so much fun to be you. I guess. It's definitely not horrible. I just wish I had people to play the game with. Like, it's all well and good to get all these models, but I haven't played in like since before COVID. Do you see, though, by just looking at it, why I had thought maybe not doing the blue cape? Like, it's just a lot of blue. Those boots are going to need a second coat, but I'm going to go ahead and switch colors, and then I'll come back to that. That reminds me... Oh, that needs to be a t-shirt. It's not horrible to be me. I buy as much as I can to support the game, but I play it online because it's easier. What app do you use? Tabletop Simulator, I'm assuming? I don't like Tabletop Simulator. My screen like vibrating from the paint stir. Oh, and I just realized that this camera is like totally blocking my face. I could do something about that, actually. I have... Let's see. Let's do... Oh, nope. Not that. Let's change this camera to this camera. Ooh, look at that. Hello. There, now I'm on this camera, and it's not blocking me. So I can look over here and wave at you. I could zoom in too, but let's see. Let's see if I can do that, actually. Hello. What are the buttons? There. That's not bad. I'll mess around with it a little more next time. Alright, colors. So now we're doing German gray. No upcoming releases on my table, unfortunately. So you'd be screenshotting for... I probably haven't given Tabletop Simulator a fair shake. The last time I used Tabletop Sim was when Star Wars Destiny was like super popular. And it just wasn't a fan. Kind of weird having this camera off to the side of my face instead of, but I mean, you couldn't see my face before because of the thing. I guess I have to bust out. I have one more camera, I think, somewhere. I can pull it out and get it hooked up for this particular shot only. I just got a quick quick RIP for Star Wars Destiny, because man, that was such a fun game. Switch paintbrushes here. Great idea for Daddy Louie. Post what colors you're using 6 days ahead. You can post a couple different colors if not sure or really want to paint the figures as you are. Just a suggestion. I know you like to surprise us with Rangers. Yeah, I could pre-plan out what colors I'm gonna use. The problem is sometimes on the fly, like I'll plan for a color, and I'll plan to use it, and then once it goes on the model, it just doesn't look right. So I gotta change it up. Honestly, I didn't even have a clue which color I was going to use for this until 5 minutes before the stream. I was racking my brain all day yesterday and all day today what colors to use, and then I got down here setting up for the stream. I'm looking around at all my paints. It didn't even occur to me, hey, look at your scale 75 paints. And then it just popped in there. What just popped in there, Ray? I thought of the one thing that could never hurt us. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The new Ghostbusters is fantastic. I kind of want to do one more coat of the blue. I just don't know if I've got time. Honestly, I may just skip the extra coat. I mean, I have time to do the boots. I just don't know if I have time to do one more coat on the cloak. I don't think that I do. So if you're following at home, or if you are rewatching this and following, at this step, if I had more time, which you will have that time when you're doing it, I would do 3 coats on the cloak, especially if you thinned your paints down the way I did. To me, it just looks a little splotchy. It's not terrible, and maybe I can work that to my advantage when I'm doing like the aging, but if I had the time, I would do one more coat of that blue, specifically on the coat, the cloak, because it's just not perfect to me. And to the eye on the, on the screen, or when I take pictures, you may not even notice it, but me looking at it, I'm noticing it, and I am doing some spots. Especially the inside of the cloak, man, that looks terrible. That's all right. You guys can see me in that camera. I'm over here looking at so I've got a monitor here. It's hard to see, but I got a camera here, which is off now. I got this camera here, and then I have this camera over here on my computer. So my computer is actually to the right of my screen. I realize that's more information than you asked for, but too bad. Any news on when they'll send you Power Rangers RPGs minis? No, actually. I have not heard any information about the minis for the RPG. But as soon as I do, and I can tell you, I will definitely do that. Honestly, I'm hoping to be able to paint some more GI Joes too. Like I haven't finished Gung Ho's base yet. It's like staring at me. I'm on my painting table, and I still have so many more models that they sent me to paint for the GI Joe RPG. Which it was strange that they sent me the G.I. Joe RPG minis before the Power Ranger RPG minis, considering the Power Ranger RPG is already out. And I don't think we even have a release date for the G.I. Joe RPG. This is Retributor Armor Gold. Did I not say that? I'm horrible. I meant to. I even thought it in my head, like, remember to tell them what color you're using. But the model itself, or the character, has a much like brighter gold than this. So I do intend on going over this color with Liberator Gold. Assuming I've got time. Maybe they will come with Time Force. I don't know. The way I understand it is and this is totally a speculation, so don't take it with a grain of salt. My thought is the Time Force models that they send me will be plastic versions. It'll just be advanced versions of the same thing you're going to get. Whereas with the RPGs, I think they'll be 3D printed like the G.I. Joe 3D, the G.I. Joe minis were 3D printed. Because my guess is that the Time Force models are already in production. So I'm just going to get pre-production versions of those. Whereas the RPG miniatures are probably not even started yet. So they will most likely just, if and when I get them, they'll just 3D print the files. That looks super freaking cool. Very cool model. This is a very cool model. Time Force Pink was one of the first models that I ever painted on stream. It may have actually been the first. I don't honestly recall when I first started working for Renegade. The lady that hired me to do this, she doesn't even work for Renegade anymore, I don't think. I shouldn't say hired me, recruited me. But I think Time Force was one of the first. Time Force Pink was one of the first models that I painted from my collection as kind of like a. Because the first few painting streams, they just had me on as kind of like a trial basis. And I don't know, I must have done something right because they were like, hey, do you want to do this full time? Well, not full time, but then it was once a week. Actually, it was once a month and then to once a week. And now bi-weekly and then back down. I don't know. Was that Danny? No, it was Terry. Don't ask me what her last name was. She has a YouTube channel too. But I don't think she's at Renegade anymore. Being super careful. I'm trying not to get gold on anything that doesn't need gold. Yep, that's who. I had actually, so fun fact, my YouTube channel, which I will plug really quickly, youtube.com/Circle of Nerds. For the longest time, I was making board game review videos and unboxings. I still kind of do it. I just haven't posted a video in a very long time. Because we moved and, you know, COVID, and it's just been I retired and then got a new job. Anyway, enough with the excuses. So at the time, I was like posting weekly videos, and I reached out to Renegade when they had initially announced the Power Ranger game. Being a big fan of Mighty Morphin growing up, I was like, I really want to review this game. But my YouTube channel is not big enough for that. So, you know, understandably, Renegade's like, no, you know, he can't really help you out. And I was like, well, I'm going to back the game anyway. And I did. And then I posted a big unboxing video when the game first came out, which I think is still up on my YouTube channel. And then I started making painting videos as well on my channel. And then I was like sharing them on the Facebook, and I guess that's how Terry found me. And she just reached out. She was like, "Hey, your videos are great. Do you want to live stream it?" And I was like, yes, please. And the rest is, as they say, history. And now the goal is, the dream is, I would love for Renegade to call me up or send me an email, whatever, and be like, "Hey, we are going to Gen Con. We're going to set up a booth at Gen Con or any big convention, and we would like to fly you out to the convention, and we want you to host panels, painting panels, tutorials on the floor, and meet the people." And that, folks, is the dream. Would love to do that someday. Chat got quiet. They're like, "Man, your dream sucks. That ain't never gonna happen for you." I'm joking. Be nice to me. Well, that's a much bigger line than I wanted to make there. It's because we're all spamming Scott's email. I've actually never spoken to Scott. I've actually never spoken to any of them other than through email. But I've never even messaged Scott or gotten an email from him. I mean, I'm sure he knows who I am. And I'm sure he's super busy. Alright, I need to do some of this weathering that I'm going to do while some of that dries. But this is a pretty good start that we got here. So to do the worn weather, actually, you know what? I do not know by looking at photos how these pink lines are supposed to go on the back. These stripes. There's like one picture. That's not great. I don't want to jack it up either. I think we're going to skip the lines for now, the stripes. So this is Agrax Earthshade. This is your standard brown wash. It's going to make this look dirty. And it will be, this is just the most ideal color to give it that worn look. Yes, I'll show the bottle in just a second. And I'm guessing the reason that Renegade did not put like marked lines on the back of the cloak is for the same reason that I'm not comfortable freestyling it or freehanding it, because there's just no good reference pictures of her cloak to be able to know where to put those lines. Switch to a smaller brush to... Shoot. All right. Okay. Here's your bottle shot there. Agrax Earthshade. So far, we've used Caribbean Blue from Scale 75, German Gray from Vallejo, and the gold. I don't even know where that went. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Retributor Armor, and then the Agrax Earthshade. That's where we're at. Yeah, the stripes could be added later. The hard part is just then making it, worn like the cloak is gonna look. But I mean, it's not impossible. All right. Let's finish working on the helmet there while we let that dry. Ugh. There's nowhere to put my finger. I get some lead belcher. We need to do silver for the mouthpiece and start doing some silver on the weapon as well. I might actually bust out the black. I don't ever paint really with black, but I might for the visor, because if you look at his helmet, there's like an outline around his visor that is the same color as the gray in her uniform. So if I paint the visor black, it'll give us that outline without really having to try too hard. So probably gonna do that. Weird weapon because that's really it as far as the painting goes. I guess it's got gold tips. Just looks bad to me. It also doesn't help that that it's all wonky and weird looking there. A wash might make it look better, honestly. I might put I don't know, maybe a blue wash, maybe a black wash over top of that weapon. The weapon just looks bad to me. There's a tiny ring of black between the trident. I see that. We'll use German gray. Still looks bad to me. It's just very plain. I'll let it dry, then I'm going to throw a wash on it. A black wash. Speaking of black, let me get... Ooh, just dropped it. What black are you using? Good old German gray or a different one? For the visor, I'm going to use actual black. Vallejo's black. On screen, you might not even be able to tell the difference. I can in person, but... yeah, you really can't tell the difference on the camera, but... It does have the curled pattern, so when I do the... I'm trying to zoom in a little bit here. When I do the... the whatchamacallit, the wash, it'll fill in that curled pattern. It's just, it's wonky, you know, because the trident isn't straight, and I don't know, just looks, you got this sweet ass model, and then you look at, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right. Okay. Wash. I'm so used to my paints being on this side. Yep. Abaddon black is perfect. This is Null Noil. This is a dark black wash from Citadel or Shade. Yeah, I like it instantly better already. Still not great, but better. You're using a black and not one of the 100 shades of gray. I know. It's terrible. So if you had the time, what could you do to fix the weapon? Maybe a heat gun might do the trick. I guess the hot water just didn't Most of the time, hot water does work. I don't know why it didn't this time. I'm going to start working on the cloak now. Between using black and not following a guide for color scheme, who are you, and what have you done with the real Daddy Louie? I am his evil twin, Padre Louie. I don't know. I kind of want to dry brush this. I mean, it's looking okay. Not dry brushing it, but... There seems to be no consistent pattern to them. Sometimes they are stripes, sometimes they are X's, sometimes they look like crescent moons. They also vary in size and position between images, as well as bring sometimes both inside the cape and outside, which is what, yeah, that's probably why Renegade left it off. I'm digging how tattered and torn that looks, though. Alright, let's see. Pretty happy with the cape as is. Yep, pretty happy with that. Gave it enough of what I wanted without being too much. Probably get some more lead belcher here. If you wanted to brighten the trident even more, you could do like one up, like a Stormhost Silver or something like that. I don't know that I want it that bright. I definitely wanted to make the gold a little brighter than it is on the armor for sure, but time got in the way. There is one more little thing I'd like to do. I really want to get that purple in here in some way. I'd say it's probably a Gene Stealer purple. That's like the color of her skin. So I was adding like this. I still want to bring that color into it, you know? So I'm kind of making it so these burned / torn pieces of her cloak, like maybe it's like double woven fabric, you know, and the inside of the fabric is that color. So all I'm doing is just putting this purple on the inside and then a very light outline on the outside. It just brings that color into the model without having to do these crazy lines or anything like that. Kind of like that, see? Hopefully that looks cool. I think it looks cool anyway. If you wanted to, you could even do like the line underneath the cloak here in that same color. I think it looks pretty cool. You don't have to, of course. If you wanted to take this one step further, so you take that same color, right? So just put a little more Gene Stealer purple on my palette here. And then a little like dab of Althuan Gray. It might be too much. No, it's good. And then take your small brush that might be a little too much, actually. That's better. So we've got our whitened down Gene Stealer purple, and now I'm just going to edge highlight around that hole. I'm not being super crazy with it. It's just, yeah, I think that looks really, really cool. I kind of want to, gosh, now I might be going a little too crazy. Hold on. I want to see something real quick. And honestly, this Gene Stealer purple color, I would paint the base that color. I just want to see how this looks. No. I was very light with it. So I can paint over it real easy. Yeah, I would almost paint. I don't know. I don't know which color to paint the base. I kind of like the idea of painting it that purple color, because when she takes her helmet off, that is the color of her skin. Ooh, I almost made a mistake. Don't do that, Louie. That, kids, is what we call a mistake. Alright. The weapon looks a lot better too. You see that? Like with the wash on there. I don't know what to do with that base. We don't have time for it now anyway. I'm going to have to shelf this one until... we also need to finish pour the base of this guy too. Yeah, so normally with the bad guys, I think I do... I don't know. I just have a hodgepodge of stuff nowadays, anyway. Definitely don't have time to do the base today anyway, but this is, let me... Ignore how wobbly. It looks like a Dr. Seuss thing, like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. Because of how... I don't know. I don't know at all. But everything else turned out pretty great. Oh no! Look at the top of his head. That's still drying, but so I see some things that we can improve upon. Definitely more that I could do into the cape and the base. So we will put this with the Hexmas, and I am gonna fix the top of his head really fast because can't have that big gold blob there. But we'll call this model done for all intents and purposes. All intensive purpose. I don't know the phrase. You know what I mean. Hey, you Renegade Studio guy. What's the word from the grapevine on what's coming out for the G.I. Joe line later this year? Well, we know Gung Ho is coming, because here is the model for Gung Ho. Ignore the base. Still need to fix that. Here's the Gung Ho model. Could you cut the bottom off the base and then... Oh, that's a good idea. So just take a blade down here. Whoosh, chop that off. Well, don't chop it off. Just cut it there. And then straighten it that way. That's a very good idea, actually. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. Because it's permanent. It's on there. But that would definitely help it. Yeah, we need to have a base week. So I got 3 models now that need bases. And oh wow, that I don't want that picture. What is wrong with this thing? Weird. Let's change my camera now. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. I'll move that out of the way so I can actually talk to you. That's all I got for you guys today. This was actually a pretty easy model color-wise. So I'm happy that we got it finished. We will have, somebody asked if there'd be a new model next week. Yes, so we'll do a new model next week. Let me know what you guys want to see. Or not next week, but the next time we get together. I'm flexible, so whatever you guys want to see next, that is what we will paint. Definitely drop me a line either on Facebook or check out my Instagram. Instagram is at TheReal, REAL, Daddy Louie, LOUIE, one word. You can hit me up there, and yeah, that's all I got. I don't know how to close this one out. Feels weird. Okay. Well, what do I always say? Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure that you take care of others. Oh, wait. Before I do that. When are we doing this again? 31st. January 31st. 2 weeks. Darkonda. Okay. Power Ranger 30 wants to see Darkonda. King Sphinx. Those are great options. Maybe I'll make a, on Facebook, maybe I'll make a post or a poll to see what people want to see next. I like either of those options. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, 31st, January 31st, we'll be back. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of others, and remember to play your games. That's what Renegade likes to say. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace. Love you. Bye.